The 28th of May, Rabbi Furst, Havos Halavovos.
Good morning and good Chodesh to everyone. This is Rabbi Shlomo Furst, as Lou mentioned, here in Yeshiva Sama Nafshi, here in Yerushalayim Care of Zoom and Rosh Chodesh Sivan. Before we get started, let me tell you something. This is I heard from the person that it happened to. That means he was a Kli Rishon, I'm a Kli Sheni, and you therefore will become Kli Shlishis if you're willing to accept that Achrayas. And what does that mean? That means I'm going to tell you something very significant. That was a actual thing that happened to an actual person that lived, and he probably still is alive now. And he told me what happened to him, and now I'm going to be telling you what I heard from him. So what does that have to do with anything? Because Rosh Chodesh Sivan, bo b'midbar Sinai. On Rosh Chodesh Sivan, we Klal Yisrael came. Ish echad b'leiv echad. We came to Har Sinai, the one of the most famous places in the world. But there's no monuments there. If you ever take a look, we didn't put up any monuments. Because why? Because the Torah is with us all the time. The Torah is not given in one specific spot. The Torah is given constantly, day by day. We say that in Birchas Torah. But nevertheless, it was a significant place for the time when we did receive the Torah there, and we were encamped there. And but we moved on, and the Torah moved on with us, Baruch Hashem. So what's this story I want to tell you? That I was once visiting someone in the hospital in Shaare Zedek, visiting someone who was ill, Alav Shalom, and the it was Erev Shabbos, so on the way out, I decided I'm going to not waste time. I'm going to take a cab. So I got a cab coming out of Shaare Zedek Hospital here in Yerushalayim. And so it was about a week or so before Purim. It was a week before Purim. So Purim has a lot to do with Har Sinai as well, because why we say clearly Kimu v'Kiblu, why in Megillas Esther there was a renewed appreciation because of the nisim that the Kadosh Baruch Hu did for us at the time of Mordechai and Esther, so that we were accepted the Torah which we had accepted previously at and on Har Sinai. So I was talking to this cab driver, a Dati fellow wearing a kippah, a very nice fellow, and I was telling him all about these things, the connection of Purim to Har Sinai. So he tells me, "Listen, I want to tell you a story." Okay, you want to tell a story? Let's hear what you have to say. So I said when he was younger and he had the house was filled with young children, so he decided one day he wanted to take a trip to the Sinai Peninsula. At that time, the Israelis had taken that away from the Egyptians, and it was now under Israeli jurisdiction, so you could go down there freely. So what do you? I mean, what do you do down there? A bunch of desert, nothing to do much down there. So he says, no, there were Bedouins there, and they're probably still there to this day. Bedouins and they're in their Bedouin villages with their tents and such. And at that time, if you wanted, you could take a vacation with the Bedouins and stay in their tents, and they'd show you around, take you on little camel rides and stuff like that. Okay, fine, nice thing to do for a couple of days with the family, young kids. So he got in his car and from wherever he lived here in Shalim, whatever, and drove down to the peninsula there in the Pinai Sinai Peninsula, and he's driving down there, and he's getting closer to the. It's about an hour away from the Bedouin village where we're supposed to be staying overnight and staying there for a day or two. And he makes a turn in the road, not much of a road anyway, and he comes out and he has got this big overlook, and he stops the car immediately, and he's struck with this absolutely amazing, piercing feeling of deja vu. Deja vu? Down there in the middle of the desert, all of a sudden deja vu. What do I mean deja vu? He was never there in his life, right? Never there in his life, in his deja vu, in his desert. Deja vu. So he stands there thinking very intensely for a little while, and he gets back into the car. Okay, continues on driving, gets to the Bedouin village, stays there, gets into the tent and sleeps and wakes up the next morning. Okay, so he talks to the head Bedouin there, says, okay, what do you do around here? Says, we take people on camel rides. Oh yeah, tell me, what's the story? Says you have two choices. One's the short ride and one's the long ride. Okay. What's the short one? He says that's 3 hours. And the long ride, that's 8 hours. 4 hours out, 4 hours back in, and that's 8 hour trip. So okay, give me the 8 hour trip. Fine. Okay, so they get him and the kids, and I guess the wife was along there too, whatever. And everyone gets on the camels, and they're off and walking into the desert. 1 hour, 2 hours, a couple hours out of the camp, and all of a sudden they come to this turn, and then all of a sudden there's this valley. He's looking over this valley, and again he gets the same intense feeling of deja vu. Deja vu. What do you mean deja vu? He says to himself, I've never been here in my life except yesterday. The same feeling I had yesterday, I had it again today. What's going on? So he asked the Bedouin, what is this place? What is this place? And the Bedouin says, this is Har Moshe. This is the mountain of Moses. That's what
Wow.
the Bedouin call. The Bedouin call what we call Har Sinai, they call it Har Moses. Says, this is Har Moses. He was there. He had the deja vu that he was there. And that's what it is. That's what Chazal say. All the neshamas of Kal Yisrael, each and every one of us, we were there together. Ish echad b'lev echad, one person with one heart, unified to serve a Kadosh Baruch Hu, to accept the Torah Kadosha, to bring the Ratzon of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, the commands of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, how he wants us to live in his world and fulfill his mitzvahs. That was now there given at the Har Sinai. And he told me the story, and now I'm telling it to you. And like I said, he was a Kli Rishon. He's the one it happened to. I'm the Kli Sheni. And now you are Kli Shlishi. You have freedom to tell it to anybody you want.
Uh-huh.
And you could maybe inspire some people that we were there. And it's Shavuos is not simply a commemoration. It's an actual re living of the actual giving of the Torah. Each and every one of us, each and every year, each and every generation, we all have the opportunity, the obligation to re-accept and reconfirm our commitment to being loyal to Kadosh Baruch Hu and His Torah. Okay, with that said, let's go back to our Heshbon Hanefesh here in um, Havos Halavovos. Um, Good. Let's see. I think we left off toward the last couple of lines, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Let's see. Um,
Yeah, according to my marker, we were at the second to the last line of Acher Kach.
right. Achaka. Yeah. Okay. So I'll tell you what. Um, let's let's get a running start and start again with that paragraph. Kamosam Yisake, right? This is now is the Chavos Halavovos is explaining what does it mean mitzvahs when Chazal say mitzvahs shrichus kavana. Okay, so let's just get a running start from that beginning of that paragraph. Uh, Anyone like to begin to read today?
I will.
Okay, thank you, Lou.
Uvekamosam Yiskan Ma She'amar Rizal. Similarly, it's possible that it was said by as it was said by sages, mitzvos tzarichos kavana. Mitzvahs require intention. Ve'im yis asak b'maaseh mechovos halavovos v'ha'avrim ha'averim yachdo b'tfilah b'shavach uv'shavach lelokim yisbarach. And if one is involved in actions, in doing things that he's obligated to do, uh, in uh, um, the duties of the heart, uh, v'ha avarim, v'havarim, and his uh, limbs. Uh, what's yachdu?
From echad, they're together. Meaning, if he's occupied in doing a an activity that combines the um, Havos, the obligations of his heart, and the obligations of his physical limbs, his body, all together. For example, he gives tefillah, prayer, right?
The tefillah in prayer, uve shevach velokim isbrach, and in serving Hashem, may he be blessed. Yipaneh gufo mikol maaseh ha'olam hazeh v'ha'olam haba. He's free. He frees himself from um, all actions in this world and in the world to come.
Right. I mean, I mean, he should, as you said, free himself. He should make sure when he's doing this, meaning, for example, he's davening, right, or giving praise. We said Hallel today, right? We Hallel. So prayer, or say, for example, giving shvach to Hashem, and for example, the Hallel. So he should free himself from all activities uh, that have to do with mundane activities or even spiritual activities, right? I mean, he has to concentrate on what he's doing. This is the one of the most basic understandings of what it means mitzvah trikas kavana, meaning you have to intend when you're fulfilling a mitzvah to make sure you're doing it in a way that there are no other distractions. You're not occupied. For example, today in saying Hallel, shouldn't be uh, shouldn't be putting your tefillin away, folding your talis while you're saying Hallel. The Mishnah Berurah, in fact, he actually even mentions uh, the fact that many people are doing wrong, especially at the end of a regular davening on a regular day, that they're putting their talis and tefillin away when they're saying Kaddish. They're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to remain concentrated on answering the Kaddish. And if you're busy, right, if you're busy saying and answering Kaddish and you're doing something else, even it may be like a spiritual thing, not simply just if some people they might be interested in checking their messages on their phone and while they're putting in the end of the davening. No, you can't be doing those things. You're busy with davening. You have to stay concentrated on davening. Yeah, you have to stay concentrated on davening. So that's what he's saying. Yipana gufo mikol maaseh olam hazeh olam haba. He should free his goof from all mundane activities and spiritual activities. Concentrate exactly on what he's supposed to be doing in terms of the mitzvah that he's supposed to be doing. I mean, davening, for example, there's a halacha, we learned this, Mishnah Berurah. The Mishnah Berurah says you're not, when you're saying Shmona Esrei, it's forbidden to hold something in your hands that you'll be afraid of breaking, something valuable. You might be holding something valuable, a glass tray or something which is very delicate, might break. Something which you want a money wallet, you don't want to get lost. So it's also because you can't concentrate fully on your davening if you're holding something in your hand because you're afraid of it breaking. It takes away from your kavana, and this is what we're talking about, mitzvah strikas kavana. So you must free your body from all activities, whether mundane or spiritual. Okay, Yifana Libo. He also has to free his heart, his mind up from, as we'll see. Continue on.
Mikol ha-cheshbonos, from calculations, uh, ha, ham, hami, hama, hamatri dos, so that disturb him, may inyan hatafila, from the subject of tefillah, achar sheyinka atzmo, uh, afterwards he cleanse himself, v'yir chatz, and wash mikol hatenufin, from all of the filth, v'halochin, and dirt, vayir chak, mikol ruach ra, and distance himself from all bad smells, v'hadome lezeh, and similarly, v'achar kach ya'aleh al libo, and after this he ascends upon his heart. Al mi mikevan b'tefilaso, on all that which he intends in his prayer. Uma mivakesh ba, and what he's requesting in it. Ubama.
Let's say this. Okay, so he has to cleanse himself and clean himself off. And afterwards it has to come, literally come up on his heart, which means he has to bring to mind. Ki ala ali has to bring to mind. All right, has to bring to mind. Uh, Al mi mechavin betfilosod, to whom he is directing his prayers. He has to, once you've done the physical job of freeing your mind and body from any other distracting, non-prayer related activities. Next, you now have to direct your heart. First of all, think of to whom you're praying to. You're not just simply going before a, I don't know, justice of the peace to get a marriage certificate here, talking to the Rona Sholem. And that's number one. Uma, the next, what does he have to think about next?
Uma mivakesh ba, and what he's requesting. Ubama midavar lifnei be boro mi malos, he hatafila va'anine, from what he's requesting and from what is the thing that before him. I don't know this word, boro.
So that that boy is his creator. Bama medaber and what he's saying before his creator.
Before his creator, Mi-
Mimi-
Mimalot,
mim- Mimilos hatfila ve'inyanet, and it through the words of his prayer and their ideas.
Vida, Ki Hamilos, Ti Tiena, Bilashon, Vaha Ayon, Belev, the Hamilos, Kigon, Kaguf, the Tefillah, Vaha Iyun, Karos. Uh, since these words that are with an expression of what is this word ha iyun?
That ha'iyun is like the depth of it, v'kuruach, meaning that Yudat ki hamilos ha'tiyena beloshin va'iyun alev va'milos kaguf l'tfila va'in kuruach. It's like this. He's bringing an analogy here. You have to first of all you have to have your heart directed towards what you're saying, and you also have to have an understanding of what you are saying. So, and why is that? Ki amilos tiyena biloshan, right? The words are dependent on your tongue, meaning you have to vocalize the words of your prayers. Number one, milos tiena belashon. The words are found or brought about through the tongue. Ve'in believe, and the eon meaning your mental involvement, right, is in the heart, right? And the simile is hamilos keguf. The words are like the body for tefillah. Ve'eon, and the eon, your mental concentration is karuach, is like the spirit, meaning the neshama, right? So the words are like the body, and the concentration that you put into it is like the neshama, just like the guf has the physical aspects of a person's existence, and his neshama provides the spiritual portion of his existence, and both together, so he has a life, an existence, a guf and neshama together. Likewise with prayer. Prayer, you have to have the words, and you also have the concentration and understanding of the words. And with both of them together, so then you have prayer. You have prayer.
Um, Tiena Kalashon, that it will be an expression of the depth of his heart, or in the depth of his heart, uh, and the words to goof his words the tefillah for the prayer vaha iyun karuach, and what's ha'iyun? Oh, depth, the depth of his spirit.
Right. Right. that's the analogy he's drawing between the two. With prayer, you have the words, which you have to vocalize, and the kavana, which has to be the mental concentration and understanding of the words, and it's comparable to the body and the soul. Okay, continue on. Any questions on that? He's giving you an analysis of when when you're praying, how you have to break it down. You have to first of all, he said you have to prepare your goof, right? You have to prepare your goof to make sure your body is clean and your clothes are clean. And like I said yesterday, I told you about the crisis there that they had in not just in England, in London was particularly Christful, critical. Let's put it that way, critical. But also many other places in Europe where they had influx of um, of horses, especially horses, bringing tons and tons of manure into the urban areas of the uh, of the cities, causing a tremendous crisis in in the people having to live there. And for Jews, it was a particular problem. I mean, no one likes to live amongst manure on a constant basis. You can't even go out of your house and take 10 steps in the streets um, without having the encounter of uh, of manure. I'll show you. I'm going to uh, send you some pictures of this. Once I see how drastic it is. One second. I just want to finish this email. I'll send a copy of you. Take a look. What you wouldn't believe it. But they had in the 1800s, they had pictures, they had photographs. So we have some ability to look back and take a glimpse of what life was like. And we're talking about London. We're not talking about some Polish village. If you have a chance, let me take a look at your email in a moment. And there was no joke. You had to clean yourself up if you wanted to daven. No joke at all. Okay. Have a chance, take a look at your email. You should get this. Let me know if the pictures come out. I want you to I want you to see what was really going on. Hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
And that was London, 1890s. Happy days.
Wow. That's pretty bad.
Oh yeah. It's amazing the stuff is not there to this day.
New York wasn't much better until they paved the streets.
For sure. Yeah, right.
They had cowboys controlling the traffic in New York in the late 1800s, early 1900s. It's certainly up, in the upper Manhattan, the roads weren't paved. They had
Yeah.
just dirt roads, and they had horses, controlling the traffic and controlling crowds.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Sure. That's that was life. When all these horses started coming in. So horses do what they do. So anyway, so we have to be thankful. Why am I spending time on this? Because because I want us to appreciate what we have. We live in with sewers, and we don't live with all these animals running around. And I'm sure I don't know, like you mentioned, Eliezer Tzvi, horses and people directing track. Horses running. You could probably, a person gets knocked down by a horse. I don't think he's going to get up so quick. Uh, So we have to be thankful that for what we have, and it's very, very right. Okay, so that's why, and the requirement of having a clean body, physically clean body, and also having clean clothes was very crucial, and it's a halacha which is lemaisa, and you'd have to make sure before you come into the davening that you didn't have any of this stuff all over yourself. Because when these horse-drawn wagons and wagons come through, they can spray. This stuff can go spraying. If you're in the vicinity of that spray, you're gonna get pretty messy pretty quick. Okay, let's continue on.
Okay, uke she tif tiflal ha mitifilal uh bilishono. Um, what is this word to filal? A prayer?
That Yeah, kishi. Yeah, it's all the same shores. Kishi is palel, hamispala b'lashonim. When a person's praying, the one who's praying is doing it with his tongue. All right.
Right. Ulibo tarud bizulas inyan hatafila, and to his heart, uh, what's tarud?
Horud is to be like preoccupied.
He's preoccupied uh, with the subject of his prayer.
So no, meaning when a person's going to be praying with his tongue, velibo tar bzulas inyan tefillah, and his lave, his mind is preoccupied with something other than zulas is something other than the subject of his prayer. So he's praying with his mouth. He woke up. Look, the guy's great. The guy's going good. He woke up 7 o'clock, got to a 7:30 minyan, put on his talis and tefillin, right? Said Psukkah Zimra, Kriya Shema, all that, right? Gets to Shmona Esrei. He's doing great up till then. And then he starts davening, right? And his lips are going, his tongue is going like it's supposed to. And all of a sudden, his mind, libutar bzulas in Yitzvil, his mind is now preoccupied with something other than his prayer, right? Now the Eitzar has got him, right? Yitzhar has been waiting, is in ambush, right? You think he was doing so good all day, all up till now, right? But the Yitzhar has been waiting for this ambush. So he's up there, he's davening Shmon Esrei, just like everybody else. His tongue is functioning, his lips are functioning, Baruch Hashem. But his mind, where is his mind? breakfast, the job, right? Vacation, right? So what does that um amount to, right? Kishispalo tefillah b'lashoina, when he's davening his prayer with his tongue, belibo torah bezuos inyan tefillah, but his lave, his meaning his mind is preoccupied with something other than the subject of his prayer.
Hmm.
Okay, so what it turns out that tefillah guf below ruach, the klipa below lave, right? It turns out that his prayer is physical without any spirit. Viklipa below lev, and it's like a something on surface. It's just something external without any heart to it.
מפני שגופו נמצא וליבו בעל עמו es tefillah. And because his body uh, nimsa is found,
It says nimsa, right? Nipnei shaguf nimsa, his goof is there, right? His goof is there.
and his heart uh, is with him.
Well, velibo bal imo ace tefillos, and his heart is bal imo, meaning is not with him, right? And his heart is not with him at the time of his prayer.
So his body is with him, but his heart is not.
Right.
So in other words, he's saying the words and he's chuckling, but he's thinking about something else.
That's right. That's exactly right. Now, that's that would be pretty good, except for the fact that a Kadosh Baruch Hu's, so to speak, knowing exactly what's going on here, right?
Right.
No fooling the Monishon.
Uva Kimohu Amar Akasub.
And this is similar. This is similar to what is it's similar to what the verse is speaking about.
Similar to what is written, Yan Ki Negesh Ha'am Hazeh. What's Yan?
Okay, that's I tell you. Maybe let's take a look. Let's look up the pasuk and we'll because it's this is an expression that the Nevi'im used. Right. So I want to look up the pasuk to see how they actually. Um. So 1 second. Nigash. You see where that pasuk is in reference to? Let's see.
Don't have a reference.
Yeshayahu 29:13.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeshayahu 29:13. Yeshayahu 29. $29.13. Okay, let's see. Vayomer Hashem Yan Ki Nigash. Uh, since the people draw near, Nigash is to draw near.
Right. That's how do you know that? There's a portion of Yigash, right? Yigash Yehuda.
Right. Yehuda drew near to Yosef.
Right. Exactly.
Uh, Befio, with their mouth, Uvish Fatav, and with their lips, Kibuduni, they honor me. Libo, Rachak, Richak, many, but they remove their heart from me.
Right. Their hearts are far from me.
Vatahi yir asam osi mitzvas anashim milumada, and their fear towards me is as a commandment of men learned by rote. So Jan was was to say no say the Lord said since Jan is since
Yes. Key is since. Yeah, and it was said since Nigash since or because.
right because the people drew near. So their lips and their mouths are doing the right thing, but their heart's not in it.
Right. That's right. So that was a criticism.
Right. The heart is far from me. Umishalo ze od la'avad. Mishalo is the one who is not. No, that would have been an olive. Mishalo, the one who is to him.
I think it's like this. Is meaning this analogy from a muscle,
Oh, mashal.
right?
And what is le'evid, a servant?
Yeah, muscle ze old will bring another muscle le'ebit to that of a servant, right? Exactly.
That of a servant. Sheva Adonav, the ve so, utsava ishto, bivnei bito, ubnei bito, lichvodo, ule ashos, kol odosav. Seven men uh, in his house were commanded. The tzava is commanded.
Like yeah, like it's a Shabbat Aldona Lebeis, or a master uh came home to his house, Vitzava, and commanded Ishto, and he commanded his wife, right?
And his sons and daughters uh, to honor him.
Yeah, I believe so. Um, it could be the chavdo, either to honor him or to prepare the house, to clean the house. Like the chavdet, the bias, sometimes we need to clean the house.
Clean the house of all the odosav.
Yeah, I guess, and to do all his bidding, and to do all his bidding.
V'halach lo hu v'his asak bishmacha uvish chok. And he went for himself, um, and he was involved. What is bishmacha?
Simcha, v'holek lo v'asuk b'simcha. Then he left, and he went about his business happily.
Happily, uvish chok, and was laughter.
Yeah, joy, yeah. Very,
Unim na me avad oso. Uh, and he benefited from his work.
one second. I wanna just look this one up for a minute. Hold on. Let's see. One second. One second. One second. It's referring. Yeah. So um, right. V'nimna me'evid also ba'atzmo, and the evid, right? The evid was hesitant, or he was negligent. The evid was negligent in himself. Um, right. So he V'nimna me'evid also ba'atzmo, and the evid on his own was negligent. Nimna, meaning he was not um, fulfilling what it was expected of him. Umishtadel and was also negligent in his efforts to. We're talking, I guess this is honoring the master of the house.
מה שהיה Roy low, that which was proper for him.
Yeah, that meaning that was, was reason, he was expected to fulfill the requests of the master.
Uvnei beso lo yachol lemala miktsas mitzar chav, and the members of the household were not able to raise up.
That just means to fulfill, meaning the B'nai Beso, the family members were not able to fulfill even a little bit of what was required of them. Now, because the Eved was negligent.
Even a little bit of what was required. Mipnei hayoso rechok mehem. Rechok is negligent.
Yeah, because it was out. It was like because it was beyond their ability. It was rachok. It was distant from them.
Was distant from them because it was distant from them. V'ketzaf alav adonav. What's ketzaf?
Yitzhak, he was angered. He was angered. The master of the house was angered over this.
V'lo kabel kavodo v'avodaso v'hashiv hakol b'fanav. And he did not accept his honor and the honor of, I'm sorry, the avodah, so the service of Hashiv Hakol Bifanav. What's Hashiv?
To receive like he turned back Heshibi, like he disregarded all that was before in front of him, meaning since the work wasn't done and the proper honor wasn't given, so he was angered, and he didn't acknowledge any of what, even that what was done, he didn't acknowledge.
Right.
Well, okay. I'll tell you what, since we've been a bit over time today right now, so let's stop here. We'll go over this again tomorrow a bit, and finish this paragraph tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you. And
Yes, yes,
good.
Shikaya. Well,
Baruch
We'll
Tiyah.
take a short break. We'll be starting the Mr. Bruce here shortly. Mitzvah Shem. And